Greetings, fellow Vikings. My name is Vinrenu, and today I'm here with Mutahee to show you Avallone, the big building you can see in the background, and the building that won the builders contest on Comfy Valheim, the Artisan contest. You already saw the video of Warcraft of the castle, and today we will have a look at that one. And Mutahee will give us a short tour through that, explain some stuff. So I'm pretty thankful that she is here with us. I think that's the first video with having the builder actually here with me, and I hope she give us some insight. And Mutahee, you didn't build that alone, right? There were some.
No, certainly. I had a lot of help. The way the competition was supposed to run is you become an artisan and you have 2 apprentices. And I became an artisan the day before the competition was to start, and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to find somebody that actually wants to be my apprentice. And I was like, well, I had just met Ember and I thought she was really cool and she's really into building, so I asked her and she was like, yeah, I'm on board. And then Royal I've been playing with for a while, and I was like, yeah, I mean, we can combine our skills and collaborate. I already had something somewhat started at that point. I had put in about 4 or 5 days of work on this, and the basic frame of the building was up so they could see kind of what I was picturing. So they both logged in just to see, and they're like, oh no, we're on board. Let's do this. So yeah, we every night put at least an hour or 2 into this for like a month.
Oh wow.
But yeah, it was a really good time. I had a lot of fun with them. We still like game and chat almost every night.
Cool. Alright, then let's go in and have a look, shall we?
Alrighty. So the framework was up, but the wood framing was not. That's something that Ember did a lot of after she learned how I did it. And then, not just because of her name, Royal was put in charge of doing the throne. That was part of the criteria for the contest. It needed to have a throne room, storage, full functioning kitchen, multiple bedrooms for the artisans, and a master bedroom with a view, unquote. So Royal did the throne. She had a bunch of great ideas, so I basically told her to roll with it, and I think she did an excellent job executing this. We spent, I don't know, a half hour with just this lava-esque looking thing in between the stones. We kept messing with item stands and stuff for what felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
Then I taught them how to do a lot of the fan work and styling I did with the wood at the time.
I've seen some of that on the Foxy Loxy as well, right? The
big
windows,
time.
yeah.
I have my style I like, apparently, and yeah, it's funny when people are like, oh, I figured that was you because I saw your designs all over, and I'm like, I guess I have a method.
But it looks great, yeah.
And then Royal's storage. And her and Ember kind of worked together on the windows and the crafting station layouts, including over here in the little catches for all of the stations. Yeah,
like having the little table over here, and it looks really usable or practical. Exactly. I like the layout.
We wanted to make it look lived in and functional, like nothing that you'd be using on the ground, like a heavy anvil, would be up on a shelf. That was just impractical. And then we were talking about how can we make this feel magical, and I was like, one of the most magical mead halls in existence is Hogwarts, so how do we make that happen? And they started working on the little garden, and Ember made a little well. I did the arching enclosure part.
Yeah.
For, like, we were thinking about the gardens that were in Hogwarts the whole time. Always very pretty, but also in the illustrations it was right next to the kitchens.
And also the well looks so great. Like, I think the level of detail here with the shields and the item stands, to have like this
She did wonderful with
Yeah.
that. Oh, I almost forgot. There's something through here that Ember worked very hard on. We said this had to be a functional castle, so...
There's a toilet. Yeah, I saw that already, like when I walked here alone a little bit earlier, and that was like my highlight as well, I think. That's a level of detail never seen before in Valheim
Right.
over here.
We were
And
laughing so hard the night she did this, because I'm the only one that had Devcommands at the time. She was in here building this, and all of a sudden I hear Ember let out quite the squeal, like, ah! I was like, what's wrong? What's going on? And she's like, thank goodness you have a ward on. There's a troll knocking on the bathroom door. And Royal, not missing a beat, was like, it's a troll. There's a troll in the dungeon. Again with the Hogwarts quote. That was probably the best moment, comedy-wise. And then the mead hall definitely is the best imitation of candles I could come up with floating in the air.
yeah, so they look great, like the mushrooms up there. Also, I guess it was pretty hard to place the item stands.
Yeah, that was a bit of a pain in the butt. I had to do these, you would place a beam and or use a ladder, get up there and place the item stands all over the beam, then delete the beam, and then place another one, run it up, and then place all the item stands, delete the beam.
But I think it was worth it. Like it looks really like fairy lights or something, and the lighting is also cool. Right above the tables over here. So well done on that. I really like it.
One thing I do like about the mead hall, besides the mushrooms, is when you look straight up.
The big
like
chandelier.
The full open view, the chandeliers. That's something I think we probably had the most fun doing all together. We had so many ladders all over the place. It felt like the Chutes and Ladders game. Trying to run around and decorate them. Those were fun. I did the tree, and Royal did like the decorating in our little kitchen here. And Ember did the sink, which I love. If you hop back and look down in it. We got soap bubbles and dishes.
Ah. Yeah, I haven't seen that before on my first walkthrough, to be honest. Wow.
Oh, there's so many hidden details in this build. Even our hidden storage in the back nook under the stairs.
Yeah. And then the fireplace also looks good, and the table over here with all the food on it.
Although I don't think anybody uses the gate to get in and out of the kitchen.
But it's functional.
Yeah, right, it's there. We're just barbarians, we jump over everything. But something I thought about with this entire build was we would walk up something and think, does it look pretty from wherever you're standing? So like on the stairs, we decided to keep it open so you could look out and get a different view of everything, especially the chandelier.
Yeah. And it looks also so good from here. And also the lighting is really cool. Did you struggle a lot, like with getting the item stands in the correct positions and placing the items on there later on, or you have some experience with it now?
Oh my goodness, you don't have any idea how many of those I've made at this point. By the time I did it in here, it was probably the 4th chandelier I've done, so I had somewhat of a method to the madness. And I kept playing with it, and I had it pretty well ironed out before I started showing them how to do it. But it, how do I put it? You have to be very, very patient. And you have to make sure you do things in order, otherwise you wind up shooting yourself in the foot because you have to take off 47 item stands to place things facing the right direction. Again, because I think it was actually the chandelier we're looking at. I was like, okay, Ember, Royal, I'm gonna let you do this one by yourselves. to see if you've learned how to do it. We'll see how it goes. And she got halfway through placing when she's like, wait a minute.
I
And she
forgot one
places an
piece.
arrow on it and it was pointing the wrong direction.
Oh.
So all the arrows were pointing up on the top almost all the way around. She's like, no! I had to take down all the item stands and rotate them a little bit more so they were all pointing down. And it's like, I've done that before, don't feel bad. I've done it a lot. But this is something extra I added in a classroom area with like a little board that shows you what classes would be coming up, and basically people could come up here and watch you build framing for stuff and teach classes. Actually have taught a class or two in here. This is where I started showing them how to do like the stone arches and like smaller chandeliers.
Cool, yeah.
And then in here is all of the artisan rooms. Each one is themed differently. I did the fireplaces and I cut the girls loose after showing them how I did some of my furniture stuff. And Royal really went to town making them very unique. Like each one is a little different. This one is connected via the balcony if you go straight out to the other bedroom. This is probably one of my favorites.
And also like it feels a little bit like the color theme is a little bit different in each of those.
I don't know, I do like this one a lot too, but I always love the bows and the green glowiness. Then we have a bit of a lounge at the end here with the last bedroom too, so a place that you would sit around and hang out and stuff. I think this one has a bit of a nativity. Yep. Trying to make something that looks like a mirror.
How did you do these windows over here? These are pelts in between, right?
Those are wolf pelts to make it look like they're frosted. Depending on what side of the wolf pelt's facing you, it's gonna look more blue or more white.
I've never seen that before, and I've looked at a lot of builds already, so...
Yeah, frosted windows are really pretty, especially from the outside at night with the lights on inside. The little lounge area, oh, and everything is functional. You can sit in anything here. We had a lot of fun doing this one. And then out here is like, the really nice place where you could sit, look up at the chandelier. This one is a little special if you look up because we made it as best as we could look like a starry sky.
Yeah. Also with the pelts again, right?
That's also wolf pelts. And then the back side of this is open too. And then we have upstairs. Oh, and that's the other thing about this roof that's a bit different if you look up. I used stairs to do a different texture on the inside of this. Back in here.
Here, in that roof. I haven't seen that as, like... I think I didn't notice that in my first walkthrough as well. So... Yeah. That's,
little details.
It's cool if like you can learn or find new things revisiting a build. I like that a lot.
Absolutely. Then we have the overlook for the class and chandelier, the chimney outtake, and the portal hub, which only has a few portals at the moment, and a really good view of the chandelier.
Chandelier as well. Yeah.
It's probably the closest look you can get at any of them.
If you don't have like free cam.
I remember they said when they ported it in, everybody was running up to this area to like, what is it? So Yep, pretty big portal hub. And then my favorite spot as you go up to the bell tower. From here you can already start to look up and see inside the bell.
Yeah, I was like very impressed by that one, to be honest. So I think I've seen some of your chandeliers before. That's why like the bell one was probably one of the highlight pieces right here. The chandeliers look great, of course, as well. But I've never seen a bell before in Valheim. And
I have the girls to thank for that one because I looked at it as I started and I'm like, I don't know if I should do this. And they're like, don't you dare. Do it.
and also the small lantern down here with the yellow mushroom in it. It's such a unique design. It's yeah. I'm missing some words here, but it looks great.
Thank you. A little overbridge, and this was a spot that I was thinking would be, you know, where you could look over everything, get that amazing view, you know. And then this would be the Builders Guild leaders' headquarters. The Builder King, I think, is how they always called him. So I wanted to make it look cool as you walked up, even like the chimney outtake to be well lit. And then in here is where we had finished building everything in the castle, and this was the last room to decorate. I finished the fireplace and I set up the bed, and I told them to collaborate. It's like, put together everything I've taught you, and you can ask me questions or help for anything, just roll with it. And they asked for some input here and there, but other than that, they knocked it out of the water. They did really good. We showed them how to do the little bureau designs here. Royal did that, and I think Royal did the bed. Ember did her bookcase and the couches, I believe, which I love her little bookcase. And she also did the chandelier. Right up above, we did a different color theme in here.
Yeah. Yeah, it really
and
fits
that
the
is,
green.
Poison arrows, black metal, and something else. I don't remember what else she stuck on there that really made it pop. Might just be poison arrows and black metal. And then they played with this window design a lot, and I don't remember which one of them, or it was kind of an accidental, ooh, we like this design. So we just rolled with it, and I flew around on the outside a whole bunch to try to see how it all fit together nicely. And then we had the view looking down at all of the dragon tears from the bedroom.
And that the skull over there looks like a little bedroom lamp or something, right?
Right? We wanted him to be kind of like a neat looking lamp, like on your bed table, and or like an alarm clock. We were laughing. It's like I think it was the Labyrinth or something, had the little talking skull clock or something like that we were talking about, and it's like, do you remember he'd go off and he'd just smack his head and he'd just be all quiet and grumpy? We definitely pulled a lot from our favorite movies and fairy tales and stuff.
Everybody needs some.
All over the place here.
Everybody needs some kind of inspiration, right? And
absolutely.
So.
I mean, the overall design of the build, I was thinking of the Lord of the Rings elven style builds. Overall, like their castles and their peaks and their windows. And that's pretty much been my style from the beginning, once I found a style I liked and stuck with. And that's how we ended up with this.
Yeah, so thank you very much for the tour of that outstanding build over here. I think it well deserved the first place. Very detailed on the inside as well, good looking overall, and yeah, well deserving of the first place. And I think it's a great build, and I think maybe I need to get to some of the top ranks on Comfy Valheim next era to to maybe see
Right
some
around the
of them on
corner now.
server. Yeah.
It's fun, it's challenging. You're gonna make a lot of good friends doing these projects together, that's for sure.
Yeah. So that's it for today. A big thank you to everybody that is still watching and has now reached the end. And see you all in Valhalla.